get my 6. What's up, everybody? Still in sunny, balmy Key West. Got a different view for you here today. Instead of the beach, a lot of the folks were complaining about the wind making it hard to hear, so I'm just in a neighborhood here a couple blocks up from the beach. Got some beautiful flora and fauna behind us. I'll tell you, for February 1st, it's wonderful seeing this kind of flora and fauna instead of what appears to be dead deciduous trees back in Virginia. Listen, you know, I can't help but have certain thoughts. In yesterday's video, we talked about President Trump's response to the drones and basically the story we're being given by him, which is, we had hoped for more of a story. He said that, you know, the drones were approved by the FAA. They were doing research and other things. And we're supposed to just take that and trust that information when clearly, yet again, we're being told to trust groups, organizations and people who are not trustworthy. Look at what's happened just in a couple of days. It's tragic. 2 very deadly crashes, one in Philadelphia, one in DC, 2 crashes in 3 days. And we're told to just put our blind trust in these organizations, these government-run organizations. The drones, don't even worry about that anymore. Don't even, just put that out of your mind. The FAA was in charge. Man, they must think we're bigger sheep than we thought they did. So anyway, I want to get on to some things here. Again, the emails are piling up. I am enjoying my vacation here in Key West. Don't know how long we're going to be here, probably till it gets warm back in Virginia. But I did go through and get some emails, and I want to share them with you because this stuff is still going on. Even though we've been told not to worry about it, you know, trust our government when they're telling us nothing, and then we're seeing what's happening as a result of our government's leadership. We were hoping things would change. Well, he's only been in office for a couple of weeks, maybe. So let's, you know, not even that. Let's not give up hope. But come on, we want more answers than that. But I want to share a couple stories with you that came in. One from a lady who wants to be identified as Kellogg. Okay, from down in the Fort Worth, Texas area. She sent me a very flattering email in the beginning. I appreciate that. She loves my show. She says her and her husband watch the show every night. It's like their new favorite streaming series. So absolutely, I got to make sure to come out here and make videos every day for folks like that. I appreciate all of you that watch. But she mentioned that they've lost 8 chickens and 1 duck. And FYI, yesterday, this is so ironic. While we're down here at Key West, and this was completely not planned, one of my best friends and his wife are down here at the same time. And we didn't even know we were both coming until about middle of last week. We were talking about it with another mutual friend, and he was like, "What? You guys are coming?" So it was really neat because we've been hanging out with them a little bit since we've been here. And they're from Virginia. They're from the Charlottesville area. But they have friends here from Colonial Beach, Virginia, which is out close to the what they call the Tidewater region, close to the Chesapeake Bay. The woman and man, both wonderful people. Really enjoyed meeting them, talking to them a little bit. She told me that this week in Colonial Heights, Colonial Beach or Colonial Heights, I think it's Colonial Beach, Virginia, they've had 3 confirmed cases of Kakaw-Hachoo. Got back up a little bit, had a car coming by. Yeah, she said I think it was 2 ducks and a goose. So anyway, Kellogg, and here comes a fighter jet. There's a naval base here. So Kellogg and her husband have lost 8 chickens and 1 duck. And now their dog is sick. So Kellogg was telling me that one night here recently, her husband was out in the backyard working on their chicken coops. And she went out just to talk to him and see how he was doing. And she could smell the burning chemical odor in the air. He said he couldn't. Well, she went back inside, and about 10 minutes later, he comes in and he says, "Hey, I can smell it now." And there appears to be a crop duster flying around overhead while I'm out here doing my work. So her and her husband and their young adult son, something I think is 21, 22 years old, They go outside, they can all smell it, and she said sure enough, there was a small aircraft going overhead of them. It would come by making passes, and after every time that it went over, shortly thereafter they'd smell that smell. Well, Kellogg's husband got in the truck and he went to the local airport where he was seeing small crop duster type planes landing, and he saw one that he had gotten a glimpse of despite the fact it was dark earlier flying over their house. So she sent that in, and again, that's in Fort Worth, Texas. Okay. Oh, and I'm getting to the message from the medical professional. Okay. Just want to show you these other stories first because they're happening everywhere. Here's one. She's up in Ontario, Canada, but she comes down here to Florida. She says, "Hi there. I'm fairly new to your channel. I love your content. My friend found an owl by his door and it was dead. I'm assuming it was from the poisonous snow." Yeah, I mean, normal snow is not going to kill an owl, right? They're built for this. She says there's no logical reason. Then today I go to check on a live eagle cam I've watched for years in Florida. The two young eagles strangely died. They staggered and had seizures and both fell off the nest dead after that crazy snow or chemtrails perhaps, and the mother eagle vomited. So we have to watch them closely. She says, then I see that you're here in Florida and witnessing dead birds. They are really doing us all in. But dang, it really hurts when it comes to our birds and our wildlife. In case you'd like to know, the famous eagle cam in Florida, Southwest Pritchard Estate Live Eagle Cam. That's the name of it, folks. I think it's near Naples, Florida, she writes. So yeah, I'm familiar with that webcam. I've never watched it, but I know that a lot of folks have watched that for years, and now it's terrible to hear that these young eagles have perished and the mother eagle's sick. And it happened after this deadly fog slash snow slash chemtrails, which increased when the drone sightings started this past fall and all through the winter. But now we all hoped President Trump would give us some sort of explanation, but we're being told, oh, don't worry, the FAA's got it covered. Everything's been approved by the FAA. We're being told this while we're seeing what the FAA is in charge of, leading to 2 deadly disastrous plane crashes in a 3-day period. And yet we're told to put our blind trust into this organization. All right, let's get on to the medical professional. She asked to remain anonymous, and I don't blame her, because listen, now folks, I want to point out before I read her message, these are her thoughts, these are her experiences. I'm not saying that I agree or disagree with anything she says here, but listen, as somebody who's bringing you the stories from the people, I have to share with you what they say, or I'm doing what? I'm committing censorship, the same way that the social media platforms try to do it. So, all right, let's get to it. And thank you for your patience. I am in the street and there's people going by. But I love Key West because they don't care. I mean, I've been places where I've tried to make videos like this in public and people will stop and gather around and listen like, what's this guy doing? Man, in Key West, they don't care, dude. Everybody's got their own thing going on. They're going to the beach. They don't care about some crazy guy standing here in somebody's yard, getting this beautiful flora and fauna in the background. All right, but here we go. She says, hi, Kevin. I, too, have experienced the burned wire smell several times. They chemtrail us to total whiteout here frequently. I have some observations I'd like to share. Anonymously, please, based on my lifetime of medical experience. I'm a naturopathic physician, but before that, hold on a second, let that vehicle get by. He says, or she says, I'm a naturopathic physician, but before that, I was an ER nurse, plus various stints as a critical care, ICU, CCU, RN, plus home health and home hospice. So vast years worth of experience throughout the medical field here. She continues, even before I became a doctor, I refused to participate in elective abortions or chemotherapy, terming them both murder for money. She continues, when the pandemic started, within 1 month, I had found it was all a con job based on a computer simulation run by some Chinese scientists. Then I discovered that no one in the entire world had a copy of that so-called virus. So I asked how they could have a test for such a thing. I found out they were testing for human DNA. They were also adding the bioweapon to the test. Then I watched as the experiment was run worldwide, with 1/3 being given saline injections, 1/3 a small dose of the poison, and 1/3 deadly doses. From the start, I told people the mRNA, the mRNA, will definitely change DNA, which the pharmaceutical companies have now admitted they knew. Anybody that believed it must have been sleeping through biology class. All right, now I've got to change the channel here and go to the next page. That guy was lingering a little bit. He wanted to see what was going on. All right, here we go. She continues. I watched as 5 of my friends died of medical malpractice in February of 2021. They were all diagnosed with the little c, which had apparently cured the flu, since that disappeared at the same time. I think she's being facetious. But yeah. Meanwhile, they were not treated for their actual medical problems of stroke, heart disease, COPD, etc., while the hospitals were getting $100,000 for each little c diagnosis. Now, as the elite criminals are salivating at the idea of killing off even more people while they bank at least triple the trillions they pocketed after the last pandemic, I must point out a few things. And she says, and again, this is a medical professional. These are her views. I'm just reading and sharing with you what she wrote. She says, Kaka-kaka-hachu, and you remember what that is. We have to speak code because they're trying to censor all this. Kaka-kaka-hachu is not transmissible to other animals or humans. So she's saying it's not even possible. Yet, I think we're getting ready to be told that that's what's going on. Let's pay attention. Number 2, what they were calling rodent flu back in 2004, H5N1, ironically, which my buddy who works in a very specific government agency is not allowed to even discuss anymore outside of work. But yeah, what they were calling the rodent flu back in 2004 is now what they say is kaka-kaka-hachu. 3, this means that if it is indeed a virus, debatable for sure, then they have created it for the express purpose of unaliving most, somebody was coming by, they've created it for the express purpose of unaliving most living creatures while lining their own pockets. This is a bioweapon, and we are at war with psychopaths that they think can pull this off before enough of us figure it out and come after them. I continue my efforts to wake people up. It's up to all of us. The medical profession has by and large abandoned us. They ignored their due diligence and put our lives at risk as they go along following the party line. Kevin, feel free to read or print this as you wish. Just leave my name out of it. An anonymous doctor. She did give me her name, but she asked me not to share it, so I'm not going to. And I want to point out, folks, if you have a story, if you're experiencing any of this stuff wherever you are, the fog, the mysterious odor of burning wires in the air, especially after they've chemtrailed you, you can send us your message. The email address here is crazylake@mail.com, and if you would like to remain anonymous, we can keep you anonymous. Just make sure to give us permission to share your story. And if you don't mind us saying your name, you can let us know that, and we will. So here we have it, more stories coming from, all over the country, and of course we receive emails from all over the world, and a medical professional who's saying, trying to scream from the hilltops, hey, we can't buy this. What they're telling us is not the truth. And so we're questioning it, but again, we're being told from the top, hey, the government's in charge, don't worry. It's all government approved. All this stuff going on is government approved. So it's just research and stuff. So just put your blind faith and trust in us, as we literally are seeing planes falling out of the sky now, this week, twice in a 3-day period. And we're supposed to trust these folks? Our hearts, our wishes, our well wishes, prayers, and condolences go out to everybody affected with these deadly, disastrous crashes. But folks, we're going to stick with it. And as you can tell, yeah, I'm still on vacation, but I'm not going to stop working. So You keep sending me your stories. I'm going to keep coming out here and getting them out to you. And with all that said, me and the family are going to go parasailing. Enjoy your winter wherever you are. And yeah, I'm sorry. Sometimes I just have to be an a-hole. It's my natural nature. See you for more next time.